Hey everybody, it's Jason Blaha here with Jason Blaha Strength and Fitness, and once again it is time for a full body workout. But a quick reminder, if you guys will click like down below and drop me a comment, I would appreciate it so much. So we started with box squats. I just built up, did a 405 and called it. I do want to continue to build these up. Did some good sled work here at the end. Of course, I felt uncomfortable in my stomach. I felt a little bloated today. I think we can see the water there. I ate a bunch of chicken wings. Sorry, chicken drumsticks that I cooked yesterday. Technically not cheap food. I feel like it disrupted my GI tract a little bit though. But they're all gone. I'm not gonna do any more of that. So we're gonna be back to the chicken and brown rice and avocados and stuff today, the chicken breast. So right back on track. But yeah, it made my GI tract feel a little catawampus on some of this stuff, to use a Texas phrase. So, but again, the squat felt pretty decent, but I think this next workout, I'm going to try to take this up, right? So I'll do a 405 and then I'll ramp it a little bit from there. So the benching, actually happy with the rep work today, but so everyone's like, oh, you're going to get the bench PRs, but it's like the bench isn't going up based on this other work. So I realize I need to continue to build muscle in the right places. So I did dips today. Instead of the extensions. I'm like, look, as much as those extensions are getting stronger and even my back off work is getting stronger, I'm not seeing the top sets go up, right? Because I did a triple here. The triple felt good, but the third rep felt hard enough that I'm like, I'm not 100% sure I can do a fourth rep, okay? I know the second rep looks super clean, right? That looks like I got 5 reps. This rep, it's like, I probably could have got a fourth, but I hesitated to go for it because it felt heavy enough. And I know it moved really, really well. People looking at it are like, there's no way you didn't have 5 reps, right? But I think the point here is the dips got me back to that 350 bench. I've been doing just the extensions for now, but I'm like, I need to start doing dips again. Right? They're such a good, I respond so well to dips. So after that, I'm like, let's just drop down. I was going to go and try to PR again because I got 12 reps of 245 last time. I'm like, let me go to 250. I'm like, no, let's not. Let's just do 225. Let's get some quality volume in. You know, I feel like 225 is a good proxy for where we are in terms of volume and chest hypertrophy. So it's kind of like, I like to set little challenges with my benching. So it's like I got like sets of 12 at 225, then I went to 235, got 10 and 12, then I got 12 at 245. You know, I'm like, this is trudging along really well, actually. But I'm like, I should start trying to do stuff at 225 also. I almost feel like I want to set little goals like 20 reps. I know, little performance goals. You know, little performance goals. Again, so on the deadlifts, most of the back felt good. I felt like my hamstrings were still a little bit of a limit and my grip felt a little weak. So I stopped at 3 reps today with the 500. I mean, I've hit 5 with it not that long ago, but I'm like, I started working the reverse hypers back in the other day. I feel like this is really what I need to be doing, because I can tell, and this happened to me once before when I did no additional posterior chain work. I pulled a hamstring before, and I feel like my hamstring, that same one I pulled, it feels like it's limiting the deadlift a little. So we know that we need this. And you know what? I need to just be fitter. So I did 3 high rep sets of these last time. I'm like, so we got back on the reverse hyper. I used to use this thing religiously. And that also got me well up into the 600s on my deadlift before. So why not use it? You know, I'm over here doing the full body 3 days a week. This is going to be a big chunk of the vlog because this is so many reps. But I'm like, look, after deadlifting, let's do a top set and let's do this because I know this builds my deadlift, right? I know it builds my deadlift. And I haven't been doing much posterior chain work. I've just been deadlifting lately. So again, keeping with my theme, what is my full body built around? Squat, bench, deadlift. But then I'm also looking at it going, I need either a row or pull up for my lats, but I'm like, where are my weak links at? But it's funny because training my weak links will help my look as I get leaner too over time in recomp, right? So where are my weak links? Well, the deadlift, I know I need these. I can tell on the box squats too. I can tell. I have not been doing reverse hypers, good mornings, any of that. I can tell when I do. And as much as I like the whole idea of, oh, we can do just our minimalism, we need some other big movements, right? We need some stuff that's going to help. So if I look at the deadlift, what do I need to do? They're either reverse hypers and or good mornings, and I need to make sure the grip is good. Well, hammer curls build the hell out of my forearms historically. So I'm like, if I'm going to isolate anything, let's just do hammer curls, right? But again, the reverse hypers, they are helpful for grip. Builds the posterior chain up. It'll help the hamstrings, help the erectors. You know, this will get all that blood flow, all that work, all that recovery. Because I like to do stuff for blood flow. You know, so that's kind of, if the name of the game here, we do our big movements, do some other big movements for supplemental, then let's get some blood flow to areas. And the reverse hypers also do that. It's not only working the low back, glutes, hamstrings, because I need the extra work there. And I can tell on the deadlift that is what's limiting me. So we want to get back to a 6+ plate deadlift. And this will get me there. This will help. So again, 5 sets though, and it's time consuming. It's a big chunk of the vlog. I know that. But again, I've always pimped the reverse hyper for years, and I haven't been doing any of it. I've been focusing on these other things, and I feel like my deadlift is not happy about that. And I can tell. So let's just do the reverse hypers. It doesn't take that long. It's a big chunk of the vlog. It makes the vlog longer, but then we document it and we need it. And I could always throw these in at the very end. Sure, I could. I could move them down there for footage purposes, but that's not being honest, is it? Because if I do them immediately after the deadlift, that's what we do. All right, so then what else fits with this? Everything else is traction after. We're in a good place, which it is. Now, I do want to be able to do overhead pressing, but I've been doing little small stuff overhead with bands on my off days, really light loo raises, band pull-aparts. I feel like eventually that's going to, especially with some hangs, we're continuing to work the shoulder health, right? Doing the stuff that we know is going to get that there so that I can overhead press again. As then where are we going to be in terms of pressing strength triceps? If I can overhead press again also, you know, I think we'll be in a good place, be in a really good place. Because again, I want that bench to come up, and anything I can do to build my bench will make me look better over time. Even if I say, look, I want a better physique, well, we get leaner over time, and we build this stuff up. We build up the upper body stuff. Okay, so, but in any event, dips, I do really well with dips. They help me a lot. And notice I start from the bottom position. These were hard. The first set felt so awkward because I haven't done these in weeks, and actually haven't done them in months. But they got my bench up to a nice 350 pause when I was doing these. So it's like, okay, let's get in and work on. Do I really need to be doing extensions, or can I just do dips? I know that my triceps respond really well to dips historically. Okay. But my triceps have gotten stronger. My extensions have hit PRs, and yet the bench has not improved. Let's be clear on that. I still haven't replicated the best 315 set I got a few weeks ago. I haven't replicated it, even though I'm PRing the extensions that I've added in. And I'm PRing the rep work on the bench. So it's still not carrying over. I need to be hitting 5 reps with that 315. So we've got to say what's going to get me there. The extensions are not doing it. And I think that's especially something that I have to think about, considering my 12 rep sets are up 20 pounds for the lighter back off work on bench. Since then, I've put 20 pounds on what I can do for 12 reps. Okay? And I don't feel my triceps limiting my bench at all. It feels like chest. Well, dips do both. Dips work my chest like crazy. They work my triceps. Okay? So let's get in and just do them. All right, pull-ups. Sticking with my tried and true wide grip pull-ups, and yes, I'm fully aware I can't go all the way up. I don't have the ability even with a broomstick in that position, and that's okay. My lats respond like crazy to these. So best back exercise I can do for me, deadlifts will handle all the thickness. We're doing heavy rep work on deadlifts that covers all the extra thickness. This will get me wide, it'll help with my grip, helps with biceps. But the other thing, because again, the supine stuff, as much as I want to curl, normal curls, I feel like that's been a factor in the shoulder health and the previous impingement and the loss of range of motion. So I'm looking at it going, no, I need to avoid it at all costs. Now I can do some neutral grip pull-ups here and there, but I still feel that is easier on my shoulders than the neutral grip. And I'm like, I'll just do hammer curls. They'll build my biceps. They build my grip and my forearm. Hammer curls have always done really well for me for grip and forearm also. And yeah, I like to go heavy on them. And of course, people say, put the elbow. I can't get the elbows to the side because the dumbbells hit. Right? They don't work with these big loadable dumbbells. And I don't have enough smaller plates to stack them out. I would, if I had I have tons of 10s. Because I have like 24 10-pound plates. Right? I only have like 4 of the 5s, not counting the little rubberized rogue ones. So I can't load dumbbells out that way. Oops. And that's okay, because it doesn't matter. It still works the bicep and forearm. So I did these, and I got 2 sets of 12 last time. I did 3 sets of this. It got like 13, 12, and 12. And I can always go heavier with them if I need to, but I don't feel that I need to. Let's just hammer reps. All right, just get lots of reps with them. We'll be good. So that's what I did, 3 sets of hammer curls, right? 3 sets of hammer curls to make sure we get some bicep and grip. I mean, even though the data is pretty good at this point in terms of vertical pulling and biceps, all right, so we'll at least do this. So then we'll build arms, right? We'll focus on extra arms. Dips handle my triceps really well, but I can keep doing band press downs. They've helped me build my closed grip. I did tons of band press downs when I had my closed grip at 365. So I'll still continue to mess with some of them, and they're good for the tendons, they're good for the blood flow, right? But I also did a set of banded hammer curls. Again, the same thing. I want to make sure I'm getting blood flow to all those elbow tendons. I feel like for me, the benching and the deadlift really will benefit from that, just thickening all that area further, keeping it strong, helping it recover with the blood flow, build tendons, right? Not a bad idea. So threw that in, and then of course, but really the press downs are the main one. And I have been doing some of these on the off days too. But I don't feel like they're limiting my bench. My triceps do not feel like they're limiting my bench. It feels at this point like my chest. But because my triceps have gotten stronger and stronger again, they're just not limiting my wide grip bench. But I don't want them to. But again, doing this though will help build triceps, build the tendons, make sure that my elbows stay healthy with all the dips and stuff. So again, I'll continue to do them. And then I finished up with sled sprints. But yeah, you guys can see on the waistline what I'm talking about there. So I push the sled down. This isn't as fast, reasonable pace, and I turn it around and I sprint with it as hard as I can for 1 set. Now keep in mind, I'm running on my 4 non-lifting days. I get out and run in the morning. So that's my real cardio, but this does give me a little bit of conditioning, a little GPP. It'll help me grow my quads and calves to go with the box squatting. Since I'm not doing a lot of volume on that, this gives me the volume that I need to continue to build all those muscles. But I'm pretty happy with today's workout. So I hope it's been informative, and I'll talk to you guys and gals next time.